everyone. Welcome back to another episode of TLL Talk. I'm your host, Sandra. And today we have Teresa joining us. She's one of our designers here at the Lifestyle Lab. And we are talking paint colors, which is going to be really fun because we know it is a heartache for a lot of people to pick out a paint color and trim that matches and that looks really good in their house or in their on their exterior of their house too. So, Teresa, welcome.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Yay. Well, so tell us a little bit about your favorite neutral colors for interior paint.
Okay,
What are your
I
go-tos?
have a few. My first one would be probably Greek Villa. That one's a really pretty kind of the off-white color, little bit of beige going on. It's not super, super warm, but it's that really good in between color. My second one would probably be Ivory Lace. That one's a little bit more beige than the Greek Villa, but it's still not super dark and not super warm. So those are great colors. And then Mushroom would be my third, and that I would do for like a trim. So that one's going to be kind of that darker beige, super pretty, super neutral. But yeah, I would pair that with Greek Villa probably. I would do Greek Villa walls and then the mushroom trim.
Okay.
I go to.
Nice. I like those colors. We've done those a lot too, and they're nice neutral colors and they don't go too yellow. They don't go too creamy, or,
Right.
in a way that we're like, oh, wait, that's too much. Like they're
For
just a
sure.
nice kind of light neutrals that are really pretty with any combination of flooring and cabinetry that you might have. So those are good. I like those. So, what about with, like, if someone were to do white cabinets in their kitchen? Is there a go-to that you would have as kind of a neutral color to pop that white cabinet off the wall?
For white cabinets, my go-to would probably be mushroom. Honestly, that one is that darker beige, but it has enough of a contrast to where your cabinets won't blend into the walls, but it's not too bold. So I would definitely go with mushroom.
Okay, that's nice. I like
Mhm.
that. And then what would you do for hardware? Just throw hardware in there,
I would do gold. Gold hardware is my go-to.
like a champagne gold,
Yes, champagne gold.
not like a brassy.
Like champagne bronze.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's nice. I like
Mhm.
ours too that we have here.
Yeah,
Our
same.
champagne.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so what about some moody colors? If you were to do like a powder bath or even maybe like a smaller bathroom, what would be some go-to moody colors that you would like?
My favorite Sherwin-Williams moody color would probably be Secret Garden. That one is a dark moody green. So I'm more into the greens than I am the blues these days. But if I were to choose a blue, it would be either Sea Mariner or Raccoon Fur, which is a funny name.
I like raccoons.
Those are really pretty because they're super dusty and they're still that dark kind of bold blue, but they're not super vibrant. It's not going to be like a teal blue or anything like that. They're gonna have kind of those dark blue, almost like a navy, but has a little tint of like a purple, but don't let the purple scare you because that's not what I mean. It just has that kind of tone to it.
I like that. Those are
Yeah.
really, really pretty. Well, and these are all Sherwin-Williams colors that we're calling out today. And if you ever wanted a paint consultation, our team is happy to give you a paint consultation, either if you live here in Arizona or also if you live far away. We can send you the paint chips so that you can get them to your house directly from Sherwin-Williams. And you can kind of pair it with whatever flooring and cabinetry, whether it's from us or from elsewhere in your home, and kind of see how it all goes together, and also paint your walls. So I'm a big believer when we've been doing homes that we get these little quart jars from the paint shop, and we'll just paint the paint color that we would like to choose for a house in different rooms, because depending on how the light hits in the house, whether it's lighter or darker, like hallways for instance, the paint color can change.
Oh, for sure.
So you definitely want to
Yeah,
go around the house and make sure you like the color, because if you
absolutely.
go across the entire house painting it and you don't like how dark it is in certain
I've
areas.
had my experiences.
Have you?
Yes. Cabinet color painting situations. So you definitely need to test your paints out on literally everything before you decide.
Yeah.
It
No, I
does change a
agree.
lot in the lighting.
Yeah. I think that's a great pro tip, is just get a couple quarts and see what you can do to kind of go around the house in these different areas that have different shades of light and see if you like it as well. And then if not, then go ahead and pick one that's a little bit lighter
Right.
or darker, depending on which one you're doing. So I like those. Well, those are all really great tips. So for exterior colors, do you have any pro tips for your exterior paint and then trim and windows?
I would say Colonnade Gray would be my number one choice for the walls. And then for trim or the windows, I would do Urban Bronze. Yeah.
Yeah, that's already
Bronze.
I think it's a really pretty combination.
It's the contrast.
Yeah.
It's all about the contrast.
And then windows. I mean, there's so many different types of windows that you can do. I mean,
Mhm.
black is still a really popular window trim in terms of like your window casings.
Right.
And I just would stay away from white casings. If you could go like to a stainless steel or brushed chrome or nickel type of window or black, I think those are
I think
still,
black is
yeah, really good colors to choose from.
yeah,
White might be good if you live in like a coastal area.
for sure.
But I think here in Arizona and some of the other states, I feel like white's kind of a
Yeah,
outdated window color if you can get away from doing white windows.
I agree.
Well, thanks for joining us, Teresa. Thanks for all
Yeah,
the pro
thanks for
tips.
having me.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Perfect. See you next time.
Hi, everyone. So, welcome Bree back to TLL Talk. Hi, Bree.
Hi.
Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
So, tell us a little bit about, because we're talking paint colors, what are some of your go to neutrals that you love with your clients when you're designing a house?
Okay, the go-to neutrals that I really like lately have been City Loft, which is a really pretty neutral. Not pure white. It gives you a little bit of warmth, so it's a nice color for a bedroom or a bathroom. If you like white everywhere else, it kind of gives you a little bit of flavor without being overwhelming. You can put a lot of different colors with it. It's a little bit tan, has a little bit of a cool undertone, but not much. It's just a really nice neutral.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you do for trim? Would you color wash that and do it all the way to the ground with the baseboards, or would you kind of pop baseboards out away from that?
Yeah, you absolutely could. I mean, a color washing in that would be really easy to do since it's such a soft color. I did it in my bedroom and I put tricorn black as the base and the trim everywhere.
Oh, pretty.
So it kind of gave it a nice outline and a little bit of grounding and it tied it into the black metal in the room.
Nice.
So I think you could go either way with that one.
I like that. Yeah. So, what's another neutral color you like?
A neutral color that has been my go-to for forever has been Greek Villa. Neutral meaning white. It's just a really, really easy white. It has a little bit of a yellow undertone, but just super soft. Nothing that you really
Yeah.
pick up on. It just softens and warms up the white a little bit.
I do like Greek Villa.
Super easy. It works with everything. So Greek Villa is kind of my go-to as far as whites go.
Okay. So, those were your three. So, you've got,
City Loft for a nice warm neutral, a little bit more color to it. Greek Villa is a really nice white with a little bit of warmth.
yep.
And then Pussy Willow is a fun color. It's got a little bit more depth, kind of in the same line as City Loft, but just a little bit darker.
Okay. And then trim with those. Would you kind of mix up the trim or would you stick with the same kind of trim color you were thinking of?
Yeah, I think you could go either way. You could definitely do a really dark trim like a black, or even like a walnut looks pretty with those colors still. I still love a walnut trim, but also you could color wash it and just change the sheen. We always change the sheen, make sure
Oh,
we're doing that.
that's important. I'm glad you brought that up. Sheen. What do you like to do for sheen or throughout the house with your color?
Yeah, nothing too exciting. I'm still a satin eggshell on the walls and then like a semi-gloss on the baseboards purely for cleaning purposes. I also like the way that the light hits those two different. So if you're color washing, your baseboards will still stand out a little bit, which I like. So it's practical, nice, an aesthetic purpose.
What about bathrooms? Would you do a semi gloss or a satin?
Yeah, semi-gloss is kind of a go-to in the bathrooms, especially if you're not doing much of a backsplash or toweling the walls.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
And then if you were to do a moody powder room or a moody bathroom or even a moody room, it could just be like a game room or
Yeah.
a child's room.
Yeah.
What are some of your go-to colors right now that you love that you've seen like these are good ones. I like these.
Yeah, well, I love those deep Euro colors. So ripe olive is a beautiful green. I just did my bathroom, my powder bath in a ripe olive, and I love those really rich greens that don't pull too much blue. It pulls more of a yellow undertone.
I like that.
So ripe olive is a pretty one. And then I just discovered one called cornelian. It's got a very like blackberry, very cool base. It's just on the total other end of the spectrum. So that one's a fun one.
I like that. And you said clove too. You like clove.
Sure. Yeah.
That was kind of a darker one.
A real rich brown, a brownish burgundy. Those are always easy ones to kind of throw in there and they look good with all wood colors.
Nice. Yeah. And then would you do any secondary trim color in a bathroom that you were doing going moody or would you color wash it?
I've done both. I like a dark trim. I still like the tricorn black.
Yeah.
It's the tricorn black is kind of a go-to for black. It's very pure. It's just a nice color. So I've done tricorn black with some of those moody colors. Color washing is one of those things that either you like it or you don't. if you color wash the base and the walls, I feel like you have to color wash the ceiling.
Right.
So if you're uncomfortable with that, maybe going with a base that's a different color.
Okay, and explain to those that don't know what color washing is, what that is.
Yeah, the same color from top to bottom. So that's when we take the same color and go ceilings, walls, baseboards. You could go doors. It's a look, but I also feel like it's a trend.
Right.
And so if anyone's a little bit nervous about it, and also it's an aesthetic design style. So if you're traditional, still bringing in that white base and ceiling works.
Okay. I like that. Those are good pro tips.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, well, so for me, I personally love I did my house all in alabaster, interior and exterior. We did the showroom in alabaster. I That is my go-to color. I love alabaster.
Eerie colors.
So easy. It's a nice cream. It doesn't pull any type of yellow or any type of like undertone that you wouldn't want in your house.
Yeah.
So it's really pretty. I did also tricorn black as my trim outside, and I have the windows in black too that I really liked. Another one that I love is a new gray. I like a new gray either for walls or for doors and trim. It's really pretty. It's a very light greige and it's not a dated like greige or gray that you wouldn't want to put in your house. It's really, really pretty. It's a classic timeless look. So pretty. Another one I like shoji white. Shoji white's a really
Okay.
pretty. Like you said, I like Greek villa too.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, obviously accessible beige if you had a white cabinet or agreeable gray, if you needed to pop in some of that beige, those are still timeless colors. I don't think those are going away.
Right.
I think the one thing that has kind of gone away are just the cooler paint tones. Everything is warmed up.
Hmm.
So warm up your house however you can with your paint colors. And then for Moody Bass, oh my gosh, I like Gale Force. It's really pretty.
Nice.
It's kind of like a dark blue,
Mhm.
with a little bit of green undertone to it. And I like caviar, not the food caviar, unfortunately, but
Like,
paint color caviar.
yeah.
Very pretty. It's like kind of like a blackish brown.
Yeah.
And then I also like sealskin. Sealskin's great. We did those for wood beams that were kind of like a whitewashed beam, and we did all the beams sealskin, and it came out really, really pretty.
Pretty.
It almost looked like a cross between an alder and a walnut.
Oh, that's nice.
And so it looked really nice. I mean, it was painted, it wasn't stained, but that's a really pretty color, sealskin. So we did that in a nice modern house. We actually did that in the Janice's house,
Oh, okay.
the sealskin.
Yeah.
So it came out really nice.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a Spanish modern house. But anyways, those are our favorite go-to paint colors. So if you ever want a paint consultation or more information on how you can combine your cabinetry and your flooring and your tile with paint, we're here for you at the Lifestyle Lab. Bree is one of our lead designers, and she would love to be able to kind of lead the way for you to kind of find your favorite materials that are going to go great with your personality and your home and your style. So anyways, thanks again for watching. Appreciate you watching our show and staying a part of TLL Talk with the Lifestyle Lab. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, now that you've heard from our team live about some of their favorites, we wanted to also share some other ones that we absolutely love and have used in so many clients' homes, including our own homes. So here are some timeless shades. They are going to outlast the trends for years to come. So don't be afraid of using any of these colors because they're all great. So our top neutrals, like we talked about too, are alabaster as a white. It's just such a crisp, clean white. It doesn't matter if you're painting and there's shadows and darker areas of your space. It's always going to kind of pull this really creamy, no yellow, no other colors, just a creamy white. We've used it in our showroom. We've used it in dozens and dozens and dozens of homes. We've also used it in my own home, and everyone seems to really love alabaster. So it's interior, exterior paint. It's a great paint color. Another one that we love is white snow. It's a little crisper than alabaster. It's not as creamy, but also a great white. So it's very neutral. Can't no fail on both of those. And we love a new gray. So we actually have done this quite a few times in our clients' homes is painted the doors and the trim a new gray. It's just a light greige. It just pops the doors a little bit. Very classic, timeless color. It's not anything that's going to pop so much that you're going to hate it. You're actually going to love it because it really is a pretty pop of color throughout the house when you do your trim and doors. This is a new gray. So keep that in mind. A lot of people have used black, white, and then obviously wood doors, but this is a beautiful color to pop out some doors and trim. So another one of our favorite whites is Greek Villa. It's got a hint of yellow in it, so it's a little more yellow based creamy than alabaster and snow white, but beautiful color. We love it as a white. Again, these are no fail whites. Guarantee you're going to love these white colors. We've used them enough times with different clients and everyone seems to be very happy with them. Greek Villa is also really nice as a color that you could use as a base with white cabinets in the back if you wanted to. Another one is Canvas Tan. It's got a little bit more beige in it, but it also pops the white cabinets off the walls really nicely to not kind of wash away the white and off the cabinets and the walls. Mushroom, we love as well. Really warm, earthy, neutral color. It's got a little bit of a greige undertone, but it's got a very nice grounded organic feel. So you could use it on cabinets, you could use it on walls. We really do love mushroom. It's another one that's really a good one. Soji white, another great white color. Obviously, it's got a little hint of beige in it, but it's a very soft, neutral color. We've used it in desert organic homes. We've used it in Spanish modern. We've really used Soji white quite a bit. That I feel like it's really a nice, safe color if you wanted to have a little hint of beige in your white. And then for trim, shiitake is really pretty as well. Just like you see in this picture, if you wanted to use it for doors, window casings, or trim across your house, whether it's on the interior, exterior. Shiitake is really pretty. It's very light. It's going to be a subtle trim color. So just keep that in mind if you're going to use shiitake as a trim color. Very pretty, very subtle. Another one we love is woven wicker. It's also very earthy, elegant, soft, glamorous. Brings in a little bit of a taupe, greasy tan with a hint of orange in it. Really fun if you wanted to do it in a room, like a guest room, or if you wanted to do it maybe in like a special room in the house. This is not a color that I would slap on all your walls, but definitely for a bonus room or a room where you feel, or even your bedroom. I mean, you could definitely do your bedroom if you, even if you wanted to do like a focal wall behind your bed or the entire room. Really, really pretty color. So woven wicker. Some of our other favorites, I love Keystone. It's Keystone gray is a really pretty gray. It's very warm. It's neutral. It's not pulling any kind of cold gray tones. So don't be afraid of gray. I think warm grays are definitely still timeless colors. It does really well in like a powder bath, does really well in even a primary bath or a bedroom. Pretty color, very pretty. Quarter sawn oak, love it too. Done it on fireplaces. We've also done it on beams and does really well if you're trying to pop up paint color on something that you might not want to be staining 50 million times to achieve a color. So remember quarter sawn oak if you wanted to have a little bit of a easier job going over wood beams or like a fireplace, for instance. And then, oh my gosh, so fun, so fun. So we are loving the greens right now. These earthy greens are so pretty, and there are some really fun colors right now that are at Sherwin-Williams that I think you are going to love as well. So this country tweed, we've done this in dining rooms, we've done it in bedrooms, offices. I mean, it's a super pretty color. Again, no fail. And I think you would love it if you wanted to kind of bring in a little bit of pop of color in your house. Another one we absolutely think is a stunner is Sherwin-Williams Ripe Olive. If you're going to do this on cabinetry, it is such a beautiful green. It's not like your deep forest green. It's a really pretty kind of cross between that olive green that we just saw that was more sagey olive and something a little bit more dark and moody. And so ripe olive is it's just such a pretty contrast, especially if you bring in a little bit of white oak. You could do this with white cabinets as a contrast, white oak cabinets, or like you can see in the cupboard. It looks really nice also with light countertops. You could go dark countertops. Ripe olive is a stunner. The contrast color is white snow. White snow is just like alabaster and the other whites that we mentioned, really pretty crisp white. It has really no fail to it. It's not really pulling any other colors within that whiteness. It's creamy enough that you can really pretty much use it. It's a little bit whiter and brighter than alabaster. Obviously not as yellow as Greek Villa, but so if you're wanting something that's not a bright white, white snow is also really nice to work with. And then Bree's favorite color, like she said, Pussy Willow is really pretty. It is a nice greige. It's warm. Also works really, really well in bedrooms. You could do this one throughout the house as well. Super pretty color. And then we love some depth and drama. We really do. I feel like, we're kind of moving away from white cabinets, white walls, white everything. And having some color in your house is it's just nice. It's fun. It's moody. It brings in a little bit of drama. And we love the sealskin. So sealskin, I've used it on focal walls, whether it's in an office. I've done them behind beds. I've done beams in sealskin. Really pretty color if you want to use it for trim on your exterior of your house as well. And you can also paint your exterior sealskin as well. So don't be afraid to use some darker, bolder colors on your exterior paint. Sealskin is a good one. I really do like that one. Some other great moody colors, iron ore, very pretty charcoaly kind of look. We've also used this as trim. It's a little bit lighter than sealskin and caviar. Caviar is a lot darker, but again, it's a darker charcoal. It's not like a black black. If we're going to use a black, we love tricorn black. That one we've used on trim. We've used it on doors, but caviar and iron ore are going to be a little bit of a softer, moodier look, kind of in those charcoal colors that don't make it so harsh if you're going to use it in a room. So caviar and iron ore solids, we use them all the time. Sea Mariner, I love this color. It is so pretty. So if you're going to do like a mud room or even if you want to do cabinets, this Sea Mariner is such a pretty blue. It's a very soft blue. It's not holding any kind of royal blue or, dark blue. It's a very solid color, pretty preppy blue. And it goes really well with white oak. And so if you can stain a white oak, this Frozen Fog from Sherwin-Williams, it's a really pretty stain. And white oak and the Sea Mariner just combine really, really beautifully together. And we use a lot of Sherwin-Williams colors. We love their colors. We work with cabinet lines that will color match with Sherwin-Williams colors, so that's why we're focusing so much on them. But we do love some colors from Benjamin Moore that Sherwin-Williams doesn't have, and that's this Newburgh green. Really fun color. So it's a greenish blue, almost like a little hint of turquoise in it. But it it pairs really, really well with a white oak or a rift white oak. You could use it for cabinetry, you could use it for a room, mud room. It's a pretty color. So if you wanted to paint and have a little bit more character in your blue, we recommend that one. It's gorgeous. Other colors that we really love too. So raccoon fur, again, a beautiful color you could use on the exterior or also on the interior. You could use them for like an office to be a little bit moody. A bathroom is really great too if you want to do kind of a moody bath. But I love these exterior colors that are bringing kind of that depth and drama. We have so many houses that are white with black trim. It's nice to see a house that has a little bit of just, I don't know, personality, I guess. And I love this raccoon fur. Really beautiful. Clove is a really nice earthy color too. Really pretty in a powder room. We have done a couple powder rooms in clove, and it's a stunner. So if you can use clove, or again, even in a bedroom behind your bed, or I really like them in powder rooms, but clove is really pretty. It's a really pretty color. So again, if you have any questions on Sherwin-Williams colors or even Benjamin Moore, let us know. Reach out to our team. We are a team of several different designers, but our lead designers are going to be Bree and Teresa and myself, Sandra. So let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to our team. You can reach out to us by thelifestylelab.shop. That is our website. There is a pull down on contact us, and certainly ask us questions about paint colors or anything else you want. Or if you want some design help, we're here to help. Would love to help you any which way we can. And get in touch and let us know what your paint color dilemmas are, or what some of your favorite paint colors might be that we may not have listed here that we can share with others. But these are our go-to. Like, we have used these colors time and time again, and I can jump up and down telling you that these colors are solid. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks again. Till next time.